Hey, it's your real estate geek, Andrew Finney here. So today we're back with real estate trends for the 7th of August, 2017. Today we take a look at 8 silly home selling mistakes that people make quite frequently, unfortunately, and what you can do about it. So let's lead in with Daniel Bort's article that he originally wrote on Realtor.com titled 8 Rookie Mistakes That Keep People from Selling. So as we review the silly mistakes, if you have any questions about them, let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give a thumbs up if you like this video, and tell me what you're thinking in the comment section below. So silly mistake people make, number 1, is actually overpricing your home. And a buyer's gonna say, well, of course they're overpricing the home, and a seller's gonna say, well, I'm trying to leave room for negotiating. So what is the best way of doing this? So whenever you meet with your professional real estate consultant where you live right now, you actually wanna have an honest conversation about what the reasonable sales price of your home is. Just because your neighbor got $400,000 for their home right down the road from you doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna get $400,000 for your home. Consider that they may be a 2-story, you may have a single story, or maybe you're a single story and a single story. But what features and benefits does your home provide compared to the home that sold for $400,000? Do you have carpet instead of hard floors? Do you have nice granite quartz or Corian countertops as opposed to like a butcher block or tile? You know, whenever you start weighing those in is why you need to meet with your professional real estate consultant and really determine the accurate price. Getting the price right from the beginning is going to greatly increase your odds of success. Whenever you price too high, buyers aren't going to take a look at it. And think about this. Now, you know, when you sell your home, you're going to have to buy some other place, or you're going to go to rent, or you may be downsizing, upsizing, whatever. Now, if you had 3 homes and you had one priced at $400,000, one priced at $390,000, and one priced at $385,000, which home would you take a closer look at? Even if the home at $385,000 might need $5,000 or $10,000 worth of work, and the one at $400,000 is in the same condition as the home at $385,000, what would you do? Would you choose the one that's more expensive? Would you even look at the one that's more expensive, or would you see how the homes at the 385 mark and the 390 mark compare? Think about that and put yourself into a buyer's thought process and a buyer's shoes when they're out there home shopping. So silly mistake number 2 is actually not budging on your price. I mean, if you really want to sell your home and you got a real reason that you're selling, then be serious about it. Work with your real estate consultant and appropriately, number 1, going back to silly mistake number 1, price your property correctly from the beginning and be willing to be flexible on that whenever you get offers in from a buyer. Certain buyers may be looking for different terms to make the deal work. A lot of people might need some help with buyer closing costs, or they might want a home warranty, or there's a lot of different things out there that people are looking for, and whenever you sell your home, you're actually going to be looking for some of the same things yourself, more than likely. So something to consider is to be flexible. Again, if you're not serious about selling your home, then just take your home off the market. If you're serious about selling your home, then work with your real estate consultant to go ahead and move forward to do what it takes to sell your home. So silly mistake number 3 is doing a lousy job of cleaning. Well, what in the world does cleaning have to do with your home selling? A lot. Because people want to walk into a fresh home, they want to walk into a clean home, they want to be able to see themselves living there. They don't want to get in there and the first thing that they see is a whole bunch of clutter, a whole bunch of trash, or a whole bunch of nastiness because you didn't take a few minutes to clean your house or get it ready to go on the market to begin with and keep it clean while you were on the market. It goes back to that. If you walk into a setting and that setting or that situation is nasty, what's your perception of that house going to be? You may have the nicest home out there, right? But if it's nasty, what are you going to think? Something to consider whenever you get ready to put your home on the market, and if you are on the market, to absolutely keep it clean is to keep it clean all the time, just like it was as much as possible whenever you had your professional photography shot. And that actually brings us up to silly mistake number 4, which is using crummy photographs. Now, whenever you meet with a listing agent and you meet with an agent to sell your home, you want to do several different things. And I'll talk about this more actually in the home buying guide episode coming out tomorrow about finding a great real estate agent. And even though this is about home selling, it's going to be true for you too. You absolutely want to make sure you're working with a professional real estate consultant, that you've checked their reviews, you've checked their ratings, and that agent is helped at least 12 families over the past 12 months actually sell or buy a home. You want an agent that's frequently in the market and that knows the process and understands what people are looking for. And it's up to you whether you want to go straight for somebody that specializes in listing property, whether you like the agents that represent the buyers in the market, or whether you like hybrid agents essentially that work both sides. I myself work both sides. I love knowing what buyers are looking for in their home, so when I meet with the seller to sell their home, I can share what I'm learning and what I'm listening to, and it's always current because it's every single month that I'm going through this with buyers or sellers. And the same thing is true whenever I meet with a buyer. I can tell them, hey, I was chatting with this wonderful person the other day about selling their home. This is what they're looking at, and this is what they're thinking right now. And having that experience bodes well for both a buyer and a seller. So if you're looking for your agent, make sure that they're gonna, and one of the questions I ask them is, are you gonna use professional photography? As a real estate consultant, we can do our job extremely well. That doesn't mean that we are professional photographers. A professional real estate consultant should always hire a professional photographer to sell your home, and they should always have a minimum of 35 professional high-definition photos of your home to make it look as best as possible. Because when you put your home on the market, you're essentially playing Match.com. You want a buyer to marry a 30-year mortgage in a lot of cases to your home. So do everything that you can to make it beautiful, to keep it clean, to put it in the best light forward, and actually put your best foot forward, okay? So then we come into selling mistake number 5, which is a biggie: leaving religious items or political items around your house. People don't want to see that. You may have people that are in agreement with your point of view. You may have people that agree with your religious ideologies or your political preferences. That doesn't mean that everybody will. So don't turn off a prospective buyer because they see that and they might, in their mind, right or wrong, assume that you're difficult to work with. Don't do that. So just take down all your personal belongings. Any of your personal family photos are always good to remove. Take down any of your political affiliations and also your religious affiliations. That way a buyer has a blank canvas to work with and they can see their family living in your house whenever they get ready to call it home. So that brings us to silly mistake number 6, which is lurking around your house during showings or during an open house. How would you feel that if you were out there looking and you were getting ready to buy a home, or you wanted to see a home and see if it was a candidate that you really wanted to move into, but the home seller is lurking and eavesdropping and moving around? How would that affect you? It'd be kind of uncomfortable, wouldn't it? And I can tell you, whenever I do work with buyers and we go see a home if the seller is present and they don't remove themselves, either leave, take the dog around, or go for a quick walk or do something, they're very quiet. They're very nervous, they're very anxious, and they don't know exactly the circumstances. Because you got to think, whenever somebody comes into someone else's home, that's somebody that's like a stranger coming into a new environment. You want them to be as comfortable as possible, and if you're there, you could actually terrify them and scare away the right buyer for you because they weren't comfortable. So just don't do that, please. Silly mistake number 7 is making it difficult for agents to show your home. So if you say, oh, I need 24 hours notice, well, there's going to be a lot of agents that are going to take a look at that and say no. Because the buyers are going to say no. So the agents aren't going to be able to set those appointments because maybe that buyer met with that agent at a time that they were available after work or at their lunch break, or were trying to meet up real quick. And if your home isn't available except for 24 hours from now, their schedule may change and they may not have the opportunity to show your home. Now, if you say something like, we would prefer to have somewhere between 15 minutes and an hour notice, that's okay. You should have notice if you're in your home. If you're going to be at work, or if you're going to be away from your home, let your listing agent know so they can let the buyer agent know that wants to show your home, and they can update the multiple listing service accordingly. Making your home easier to show makes it easier to sell for you, okay? So that brings us full circle to silly mistake number 8, which is leaving any of your pets home. So if you have dogs, you might have your dog Fluffy, your cat, Snowball, I guess. So if you leave them in the house, some people are allergic to pets. I have worked with buyers that are extremely allergic to pets. If you leave the pets in the house, it could cause a problem, or it's obviously going to cause anxiety for your pet anyways, having new people come into what they know as their home. So if at all possible, please take your pets with you for the showing appointments, or make arrangements that maybe one of your friends or family or neighbors could watch your pets while your home is on the market. The quicker that you are able to accomplish these 8 things and not make these mistakes, the quicker that your home will actually sell and you can get back in the flow and getting ready to move and go on about your business. Now, if you have any questions about any of this, please feel free to contact me. All my contact information is always in the Show More section, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. So if you like this video, please go ahead and give me those thumbs up, subscribe now, and share it around, because you never know who's going to help. I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy an amazing day.